give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Man, I'm a heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they though they taking notice.
Blow your mind.
Ooh, why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the tag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my tag talk it. I eat it. Ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall. I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go. You don't slap. That's facts. Cause the money low. I'ma grab from man when it come back. I'ma give back my bad when the check hit the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money. I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gonna make you duck like a limbo. She said she not a. She an. Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me. No conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life.
It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down now, it's Lindsay. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And the Broncos first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, Mariota. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
6-yard line.
54, Mike. Hey, come on now, come on now.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Don't let it free. Don't let it free.
From the gun, Mariota. This is the tight end Fant. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they come up on 3rd and goal from the 18. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Wait, 20! 51 to Mike! Come on! You better bring both hands in!
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, 66!
Shotgun now for Brady. The open man here, Renfro. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Hunter Renfro, 79 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. But they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. On third down, here's Lindsey. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13, Mariota. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. To throw Mariota. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
It's just Mozzie. It's just Mozzie. Sugar.
Brady now on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ndamukong Suh able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check. No, 66. 50.
Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Check 52. It's our time. It's our time.
Throwing is Mariota. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Third and long here for Mariota. It's brought in by Dodson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 22. Mariota now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Mariota to throw it. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Get ready, get ready.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll try the draw. Lindsey. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. It's caught by Bryant. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. Complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mariota. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the draw is Edwards. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Gus Edwards, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are able to cut into that lead. So what can Brady do here is he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
He's checking credit. Let's go on. No, 66. Shadow.
Now Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. He'll find Lindsey here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 77 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs.
And the Raiders have got him. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for second and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Gus Edwards with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, it's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On second down, it's Edwards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Another run by Lindsey. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, Mariota. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing. Mariota looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rhodes. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? 42 to Mike, boy, 42. 42.
They'll throw again. Mariota. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. More time with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This is the tight end Fant, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game play, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And his throw here is incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. But it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. There's the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got a man, it's Williams. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Tucker now to add the point after. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Back to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he spins away. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Check. 154.
Here's Mariota. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Raiders, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.